Hej, cześć, siemano wam wszystkim, tutaj ja, Dermanek100 i witam was w kolejnym odcinku z serii Zagrajmy w Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 The Sith Lords. Jak pamiętacie, w poprzednim odcinku udało nam się skraftować nasze pierwsze miecze świetlne. Właściwie jeden skraftowaliśmy, drugi to w sumie nie wiem skąd mamy, ale mamy. No i w każdym razie trochę niespodziewanie zostaliśmy zaatakowani przez tą Visas, która jest uczennicą naszego głównego przeciwnika, tego Lorda Sithów, którego w sumie imienia nasza postać jeszcze nie zna. Ja też nie pamiętam go. No w każdym razie udało nam się ją pokonać i przez to ona stała się teraz naszą towarzyszką i służy tak naprawdę nam. Pogadaliśmy z nią trochę w poprzednim odcinku, ale jeszcze nie do końca, dlatego sprawdźmy sobie, jakie tutaj jeszcze opcje dialogowe z nią zostały, a później pójdziemy, pewnie pogadamy jeszcze z innymi towarzyszami, dopiero wrócimy do Mandalora i z nim polecimy na Isis, czyli do stolicy Onderonu, bo tam mamy odnaleźć pierwszego z mistrzów Jedi. Dobra, tak więc pogadajmy z nią.
My life for yours.
Co ciekawe, mamy taką opcję, ale najpierw jeszcze zacznijmy od pytań.
I will answer what I can. I am not familiar with the place you speak of. My master has not entered Republic space for some time, but there are others who may move more freely, who may have been responsible for such an act of destruction. There are many factions within the Sith, all seeking to take what little remains in the wake of the Jedi Civil War. Where one moves, it is not always known to the others. But their purpose is the same. The death of all Jedi, everywhere. They believe you are the last of the Jedi, and their hatred of the Jedi unites them. All their eyes are upon you, and it is a terrible, quiet darkness that pursues you. I will answer what I can. My master did not cause the end of the planet you speak of. There are many factions within the Sith. All where one moves, it is they believe.
Dobra, to już słyszeliśmy, to jest dosłownie ta sama odpowiedź.
I will answer what I can. My people once had the power to perceive events, to see through the Force. That sight may manifest itself in many ways, and at times, I may affect the abilities of others to see as well. My sight has been damaged. What I have taught you, it is not the full extent of the perceptions of my people.
Okej, Visas ma jakąś limited ability to see the Force. Co to znaczy? She has foresight in first person mode and can also use it as force power by spending force points. To ciekawe co to daje. To jest jakiś jej unikalny skill.
My master, when he showed me my world, showed it to me as it is. It hurt. And since that moment, it has been difficult to perceive the Force as I once did. But after traveling with you, I feel that perhaps there was a gift in it, hidden beneath the pain.
Jeszcze nigdzie razem nie podróżowaliśmy. Dopiero co tutaj trafiłaś. Jezus Maria. Czasami z tymi dialogami coś jest mocno nie tak, że ja nadal nie wiem, czy to jest przez moda, czy to jest po prostu wina niedopracowania, bo tam podobno ta gra nie wyszła tak do końca dopracowana, pełna błędów, co teoretycznie ten mod powinien naprawiać, ale...
Only when one suffers do certain truths become evident, both of the galaxy and of the self. And I feel you are an example of this. If you wish to know, perhaps it is possible to show another what my people see, what I see. First, you must close your eyes. The surface of the ship, its sights, will only be a distraction. Now, in your mind, reach out. Listen for my breathing. Do not focus on the sound, but the life behind it. Imagine its energy, its texture, in tandem with the breathing. And then in your mind, step back from the image and see what remains. There. It is not as difficult as I thought. You learn quickly.
Okej, dostaliśmy bonusy do mocy i do foresightu. O, czyli możemy zobaczyć, jak inne postacie tutaj line'ują, jeśli chodzi o stronę mocy. Spoko.
It will take effort to maintain such sight. But you now have that power, and with it you can use it to see life around you in a different way, as I used to see it.
No spoko, to bardzo fajne.
I will answer what I can.
O to już chyba pytaliśmy, ale jeszcze możemy zobaczyć tak na wszelki wypadek.
It is not a subject which I have spoken of since its destruction.
Dobra, wydaje mi się, że wszystko to już słyszałem. Nie wiem, być może to nie?
The planet was not destroyed. It remains. It orbits, dead in space. But nothing lives on its surface. It echoes, but there's no one left to hear it.
Dobra, tak, to już słyszeliśmy. Dobra, na razie weźmy tą opcję,
I will answer what I can.
ale nie mogę się cofnąć wyżej, czyli musimy kliknąć to. Dobra, dostaliśmy też jasną stronę mocy i jeszcze tam influence z nią, co też może odblokować jakieś nowe dialogi, tak więc teraz sprawdźmy w sumie jeszcze sobie, będziemy quick save'a tak na wszelki wypadek.
Life for yours.
No i możemy wybrać tę opcję być może.
I am prepared for whatever you wish to teach me. I understand now. I shall practice what you have taught me.
Aha, czyli możemy jej nasze skille, które gdzieś tam dostajemy, też w jakiś sposób przekazywać. No spoko, to jest fajna nawet opcja. Dobra, zobaczmy, z Baldurem mogę jeszcze pogadać, na przykład o niej chociażby?
Yes, General?
Nie. Dobra, czyli z tym panem tak naprawdę nic nie możemy. Chodźmy może na mostek do Attona, z nim pogadamy, jeżeli mamy jakieś nowe opcje. Później do Krei pójdziemy i na końcu aktywujemy sobie tego HK, bo też mamy do tego wszystkie części.
Something up? The repairs are coming along. I hope to have the Ebon Hawka ready by the time you finish your business here.
No jak Kreja oczywiście mu kazała, czyli na razie nie odlecimy.
Something up? All right. What did you want to know?
Dobra, widzę, że za Tonem mamy naprawdę bardzo mało dialogów, czyli tutaj wiele czasu nie spędziliśmy. No zobaczmy jeszcze tą Kreję. Teraz te dialogi, które wcześniej z nią miałem, miałyby większy sens po tym, kiedy pogadałem z Visas, ale no cóż.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
By the way, jedna rzecz, ale to zaraz.
Then ask, and I will do my best to answer. He, if he can truly be called a man any longer, is one of the dark lords that pursues you. I do not think he knows what you are. Not yet. He spared the Miraluka, and that may have been the last shred of feeling that exists within him. Keep his slave close to you. I suspect there was a reason he spared her, and perhaps a reason that she survived when the rest of her people and the Jedi did not. One cannot have power of that magnitude that her master possesses and still think and perceive the universe as we do, as most of us do. I had hoped that you would not have to confront him, but her presence here has changed all that. You will have to meet him in battle. You must be prepared to sacrifice the blinded one. Perhaps her death will buy you the time you need to deal with her master. Entertain what illusions you will. I am too tired to argue them with you. It is a technique that is almost as old as the Sith themselves. It is a means of severing connections between life, the Force, and feeding upon the death it causes. It cannot be taught. It can only be gained through instinct, through experiencing its effects firsthand. Yes, and he fed upon its destruction. It will sustain him for a time. Power? Do you think so? You would be wrong. There is no strength in the hunger he possesses, and the will behind his power is a primal thing. And it devours him as he devours others. His mere presence kills all around him, slowly feeding him. He is already dead. It is simply a question of how many he kills before he falls. Perhaps he is bound to her, as I am bound to you. If so, there may be a death served by hers. You must be prepared to sacrifice the blinded one. Perhaps her death will buy you the time you need to deal with her master. Ask, and I will answer. I know her as much as I know any Jedi. If you have other questions, you may ask those, but on Atris, I can provide you no answers that you cannot find on your own.
Dobra, właśnie tak pamiętałem, że tutaj musieliśmy mieć więcej influensu, ale nadal go więcej nie mamy. Tym bardziej, że ja rzadko wybieram takie opcje, które by się dla Krei podobały, tak więc to może być ciężkie.
Ask, and I will answer.
Sprawdźmy jeszcze to.
I misspoke before, and I do not wish to choose my words unwisely again. Leave this be. Ask, and I will answer.
Tam też mamy za mało, no to jeszcze zobaczmy to.
And?
Dobra, nevermind. Chyba straciłem z nią influence nawet. Także coś czuję, że może być ciężko z nią jakieś tutaj większe dialogi jeszcze poodpalać. Ale dobra, moi drodzy, jak mówiłem, możemy odpalić tego HK, co też jest ciekawą opcją, tak więc zróbmy to. Skoro już jesteśmy na statku. Droid processor. I czy to tyle? To chyba tyle, wydaje mi się. Dobra.
Diagnostic. HK-47 activated. Running checks through primary systems. Assessment. It appears I have suffered considerable damage and dismemberment. I can feel all the cracks in my motivators. And my central control cluster seems to have taken several repeated blaster shots at close range. How crude. Answer. It seems you would know more than I. My memory centers are experiencing some setbacks. Reflection. Of course, for some reason, that does not alarm me. I suspect I have suffered such repeated memory failures before. Still, the loss of my higher combat and assassination protocols is shameful and degrading. Answer. I do not know, Master. It is curious that I was here, although this place does seem familiar. Extrapolation. Perhaps someone was already in the process of rebuilding me. It may be I was needed for some task. Answer. If by okay, you mean the loss of almost all my existing assassination protocols, then no, I am not okay. Furthermore, I seem to have no discretionary control over my vocabulator, causing me to reveal my true function as an assassin droid of unrivaled sophistication. Answer. Oh, that is impossible, Master. If I were out to kill you, we would not be speaking. And regardless, I am a unique model. Why, to think that there would be other versions of me would be unacceptable. Statement. Master, I must inform you that your attempts at humor are wasted on a droid such as I. As I have expressed, I am unique. Resignation. Very well, Master. If you persist in your attempts at humor, I shall indulge you. Let me check the ship's records, and we will settle this matter once and for all. Conclusion. You speak the truth. This discovery is also causing me some degree of anger and humiliation. Mockery. Am I all right? Oh, yes, Master. Why, I am fine. Statement. I mean, I've only just been reactivated, only to find that there are substandard duplicates of me running all over the galaxy, corroding my good name. But if they are in fact hunting you, then I look forward to the opportunity to meet these units and educate them in proper assassination protocols. Conclusion. So it seems I need you, for the time being. Recitation. Yes. As I said, I am an assassin droid. It is my primary function to burn holes through meat bags that you wish removed from the galaxy. Master, oh, how I hate that term. Answer. No, Master. I said it again. Answer. Well, I am not certain I like the idea of a master who feels reservations at having an assassination droid at their disposal. In fact, it brings with it a certain sense of dread that you may actually not use me to my full capabilities. Answer. Yes, Master. HK-47 is ready to serve.
No dobra, także dołącza do nas HK-47, to jest chyba ten sam HK-47, którego mieliśmy w Kotorze 1. No właśnie, czyli on na razie jest też, jest to jakby zrobione, dlaczego on nie jest jakiś wykokszony, bo tam utracił te swoje Assassination Protocols i dlatego będziemy mogli go levelować. No spoko, czyli mamy nowego zupełnie towarzysza. Czy mogę mu rozdać ewentualnie level? Mogę, chyba jeżeli tylko trafię tutaj. O, mogę też dla Visas rozdać i dla naszego droida i pewnie dla wielu innych postaci. A nie, co ciekawe, tutaj HK nie ma, co ciekawe na razie. A to dziwne, no ale dobra, możemy może porozdawać te poziomy. Możemy? Widzę, że stąd nie możemy. Dobra, to będziemy musieli zabrać te osoby. Podejrzewam, że z HK możemy jeszcze pogadać, tak więc zobaczmy.
Statement. Master, I must express some degree of concern. As I have studied your actions, looking for potential vulnerabilities to exploit, I have found several. Statement. Master, it is nothing personal, but professional pride dictates that I keep a running tally on any potential weaknesses in my masters. And of course the weaknesses of any other sentient meatbags, droids, or other targets who are in service to my master. Hypothetical. Master, it is entirely possible that one day you may no longer be my master, and that my new master might get jealous of our prior relationship. It has happened before. As a result, I have a responsibility to know your weaknesses should I be required to assassinate you.
No, to bardzo reassuring jest generalnie.
Statement. Oh, I am aware of that, Master. I simply use it to give you the illusion of control and obedience. Humans often need such comforts until the end comes. Statement. Ah, you wish to conduct an interrogation? Very well, proceed. Statement. Very well, Master. But if you wish to be brutal and vicious about it, know that I am trained for such things. Do your worst.
Kurwa, piękny jest ten HK, bo nie ma żadnych ograniczeń.
Statement. Master, I am no behavior droid, but it is obvious to me that you have serious ethical problems that will need to be treated at some point. Very well. Ask your questions. If you feel the need to make it an interrogation, however, do not restrain yourself. I would be saddened if you held back. Answer. Master, ironically enough, I seem to have developed a sudden bout of memory loss. I shall struggle to recall an answer to your question, but for now, it is sadly beyond my capabilities. Consolation. Besides, you are a fine master. Do not be worried about being rendered insignificant if I were to inadvertently compare to some silly old master I once possessed.
No dobra, czyli będziemy potrzebowali tutaj więcej influensu. Znowu.
Statement. Ah, more questions. Wonderful. Statement. Ah, yes, them. Very well. What did you wish to know? Answer. Master, I do not know. I have tried in vain to find it, but so far the location of the factory churning out these copies has eluded me. Statement. I have no idea, Master. Statement. What of them? Answer. Master, as part of my original programming, I am able to communicate in over 600 languages. This usually amounted to short verbal warnings when killing non-basic speaking targets, which gave me some small measure of satisfaction. Answer. Yes. I believe my original master needed this functionality in order to recover information from various indigenous tribes across the galaxy, but I know little else than that. Suffice to say that that translation capability allowed these copies of myself to assume the role of protocol and translation droids in much of known space. That is, of course, not their primary function. And while they are attempting to pass themselves off as translation droids, their primary functionality keeps rising to the forefront. Answer. Master, being a meatbag, your answer does not surprise me. You see, part of the reason an assassin droid is so effective is because it is a droid. Meatbags tend not to notice us. We are treated as furnishings. Statement. Oh, do shut up, you beeping little trash compactor. Anyway, as I was saying, droids tend to blend into the background, like a bench or a card table. Mockery. Droid, fetch this. Droid, translate that. Droid, clean out the trash compactor. Part of the love of my function comes when the furnishings pull out Tabana-powered rifles and point them at the owner's heads. My identity as an assassin droid was unknown for quite some time, even during the recent events when all that trouble occurred amongst the Jedi. I'm sure you've already heard more than enough about it, so I will spare you the details. Recitation. For example, on Praven Prime, the simple transferring of Elzing syntax for friendship changes its meaning and implies that one's broodmate was actually impregnated by their own host.
That wasn't said to them directly, was it?
Confirmation. Oh, truly, you can imagine the results. Statement. This comment, of course, caused a civil war between the Guvandi Collective and Elzing that still persists to the current date. Statement. More questions. Wonderful. Theory. Well, Master, I believe I was shot repeatedly. Once reduced to my component parts, I suspect pieces of me were sold across the galaxy. Statement. I am an extremely valuable piece of equipment after all, Master. My parts were no doubt costly to obtain, and their new owners hesitant to part with them. Statement. That is indeed unfortunate, Master. It is merely another thing my attacker will answer for. I would be most distressed if you were to shoot me, attack me, or dismember me in any way. I do not wish to repeat the experience. Statement. More questions. Wonderful. Answer. No, Master, I do not. I am afraid I have been out of touch with the Sith for many years. This new Sith threat fights differently than the ones I was familiar with. These seem to favor stealth and assassination to achieve their ends. Answer. No, Master. The Sith had many hidden bases and strongholds before and during the Jedi Civil War, and I doubt the Republic found them all. Theory. It is possible that the Sith still hold one such base, if not several. Consolation. But I would not worry, Master. I imagine it will not be long before their murderous hands try to seize you by the throat. Twi'lek metaphor. Jonta bosi likita Masisoringada untamiasa grawino rutu. Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
No dobra, trochę z nim pogadaliśmy, trochę więcej influensu. Także spoko, w sumie to możemy iść jeszcze zagadać z Handmaiden, bo w sumie tego nie zrobiłem chyba. Po tym, kiedy Visa do nas dołączyła, być może ona też będzie miała jakieś tutaj swoje przemyślenia na ten temat. I już zrobimy sobie ten, myślę, odcinek przegadany, nie będziemy się zaczynać jakichś większych następnych rzeczy. Bo niestety tak to znowu wyszło, że mamy mnóstwo tych towarzyszy, no i musimy z nimi pogadać.
Yes? You may ask. She speaks of you often in anger, but her movements, the motion of her hand, her eyes, do not share the anger of her words. They are only the signs of loss. It has been almost the count of 10 years, yet the thought of you burns within her still. I believe that your leaving the Jedi Order may have hurt her more than she will ever admit. It is a difficult thing to speak of, to see Atris unable to confront such strong emotion within herself. You did not care for her, did you? Atris is beautiful and wise. I have heard that Jedi sometimes renounce the code by loving another and fall from the Order, and there are others who keep such unions secret. That is what I have heard. I was not sure if it was something you had seen or experienced. I see. I have asked you many questions. I did not mean to. They are questions that have gathered over years, and I did not wish to ask Atris. Thank you, then. I hope this creates some measure of trust between us. You may ask.
Wydaje mi się, że te inne rzeczy już robiliśmy, możemy sprawdzić to.
Very well. I think you are ready for the next tier of instruction. For this we will keep the etiquette of the last duel, but we shall add any melee weapon you choose to the ritual, with the exception of the Jedi weapon, the saber. Vibroblade, Bothan stun stick, force pike, whatever you wish. But no items, no force techniques. Then let us begin. And again, do not hold back. I will not.
Czy gra mi zmieni... aha, dobra. Ale to mogę jakoś sobie teraz brońkę wyposażyć? Mogę. Czyli weźmy sobie ten trandoshiański miecz i ten mój vibro sword. To jest nadal coś, co mogę poużywać. Czy ona wyjmie sobie broń? Nie, to możliwe, że trochę... Wow! Laska nieźle się odpaliła. Ona też jest dosyć lepsiejsza ode mnie, także może mnie pokonać. Nie możemy chyba używać żadnego heala ani nic takiego, tak więc pewnie przegram, nawet na pewno przegram, widzę. Mimo że ona tutaj nie ma nawet broni. No i właśnie.
You fought well, but you announce your motions before attacking, sometimes quite loudly. Take as long as you need to recover, and if you wish, we shall fight again. Very well. Let us duel again. Very well. I think you are ready for the next tier of instruction. For this we will keep the etiquette by...
Dobra, znowu to musi się przeklikać. Dobra, lecimy.
Then let us begin.
Zobaczymy. Aha, dobra, tylko teraz znowu mamy... Tak, no to nie wiem, czy to coś zmieni, ale dobra, no to w takim razie powalczmy sobie na piąchy. Zobaczymy, czy będziemy mieli trochę więcej szczęścia dzięki temu. No, póki co tak. Zdecydowanie. Zdecydowanie lepiej mi idzie, co ciekawe, bez broni. Nie wiem dlaczego, ale dobra. Wow, przewróciła nas. O, kurczę, gdyby jej tu jakiś kombos potężny nie wszedł, to być może bym ją pokonał, a tak to możliwe, że nie. Nie, ona mnie pokona. Chociaż? Nie, kurde.
You fought well, but you announce your motions before attacking, sometimes quite loudly. Take as long as you need to recover, and if you wish, we shall fight again. Very well.
Przeklikajmy to jeszcze raz, bo tu było blisko. Wydaje mi się, że możemy to zrobić. Spróbujemy. No to 3 razy sztuka. Jeżeli teraz nie pyknie, no to zostawimy to w spokoju ogólnie. Miejmy nadzieję, że jej tu jakieś ostre kombosy nie wejdą po prostu, a mi będą wchodzić właśnie tak ładnie jak teraz wchodzą. Nie wiem, czy gra na przykład jakoś ułatwia te kolejne rzeczy. Być może. No bo teraz mam wrażenie, jeszcze lepiej mi idzie niż ostatnio. Także chyba teraz powinniśmy wygrać. Tak jest.
You fought well indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements. Before you go, there is something I must know. Why did you go back? Face trial. I see. It was always something I was curious about. To walk to one's own sentence willingly. It's a brave thing. You may ask.
No dobra, never mind chyba. Nie będziemy jej o to prosić. Bardzo ładnie wygląda tak, jak jest teraz. Dobra, spoko. Czy jej te ubrania... Chyba tak, chyba ja będę musiał je założyć to później, no ale dobra, trudno. Zaraz, co ja nosiłem? Ja nosiłem to, co mi dawało chyba to. Tak? Zobaczmy. Tak, to. Dobra, no to jej też możemy założyć to, co ona nosiła, tylko ja nie pamiętam, co ona nosiła, za cholerę. Ale zaraz jej to damy. Wydaje mi się, że ona miała któreś z tych. Chyba to, o ile się nie mylę. Tak jest, dobra. Ja już z tobą nie chcę gadać, bo myślę, że wyczerpaliśmy tę opcję. No i dobra, moi drodzy, na ten odcinek w takim razie zakończymy. Jeszcze jedną rzecz, którą sprawdzimy na początku następnego odcinka, to będzie dla Krei jednego z moich mieczy. Dlatego, żeby spróbować, czy mogę ją poprosić o ten trening w używaniu miecza świetlnego. Ona tam marudzi, że nie mamy mieczy świetlnych, gdzie mamy 2. Także być może ona musi mieć jeden w ekwipunku i wtedy ta opcja będzie dostępna. Nie wiem, to sprawdzimy na początku kolejnego odcinka. A tymczasem mam nadzieję, że ten odcinek wam się podobał. No i komentujcie, subskrybujcie, oceniajcie, a przede wszystkim oglądajcie. No i do kolejnych filmów. Na razie. No i cześć.